Most people think it's impossible to get a strong, healthy body while juggling a demanding career. But I've helped professionals working 60 to 80 hours a week lose anywhere from 15 to over 100 pounds without feeling like fitness was ruling their lives. By the end of this video, you'll have the full step-by-step playbook to lose over 40 pounds without sacrificing your time, business, or the foods you enjoy. Because if you don't figure this out, you'll continue to stay stuck in the same cycle of chasing quick fixes, losing some weight, and gaining it back because the approach you used wasn't sustainable enough. So let's get into it. First off, the real problem isn't time, it's actually mental bandwidth. When someone says they're too busy, they're generally implying that it's too busy from a time perspective. But in 99% of cases, it's not a lack of time they struggle with, but a lack of mental bandwidth. Because if you think about it, you feel too busy to get in shape because you're already dealing with day-to-day work issues, taking care of your family, and random bouts of stress. So adding in weight loss and dieting and working out on top of all of that just seems impossible. But regardless of how busy you are with work, business, and your kids, we can all agree there are still people out there who are busier than you that still manage to maintain a healthy body. Just to give you a quick example, this is my client Nicole. She's 50 years old and CEO of a company with 80,000 employees. 80,000. Now, that would be enough to make me think I was too busy, but in addition to that, she's also a board member for other companies. She's an author and she's founding another company as we speak. I mention this because even she was able to lose the belly fat she's had for years. So the actual problem isn't a lack of time, it's the lack of the right structure that makes fat loss easy enough where it doesn't feel overwhelming. So before we move on, I need you to shift your belief from a lack of time to a lack of structure, because the right structure will help you lose the weight without feeling as if your life is ruled by fitness. So what does the structure actually look like? Well, traditionally, when someone is trying to lose weight, the problem is that in the midst of all the chaos they're dealing with on a daily basis, they're expected to calculate all their macros, track every calorie, and cook every meal themselves. And as you've probably experienced yourself, it's not realistic and it doesn't fit the life of a busy professional. You need something that works even when you're taking clients to dinner. You need something that works when you've got 10 minutes to squeeze in lunch and the drive-thru is your only option. And frankly, you need something that'll keep you on track even if you're sitting on your ass at home and just don't feel like cooking. Imagine how much easier it would be to stay on track if you had a game plan for each of those scenarios. That is your answer to long-term sustainable fat loss, because you're no longer betting on willpower when your brain is already toast from running a business, managing a team, or meeting with clients. Now, to be clear, this obviously doesn't mean it's a free-for-all at Taco Bell and junk food galore at home. The approach you follow still needs to be built on fundamentals of fat loss. And rule number one is you must be in a calorie deficit in order to lose fat. It is mathematically, scientifically, and biologically impossible to lose fat if you're not accomplishing that one thing. It doesn't matter how much cardio you do or how many days you work out each week. The base of it all comes down to calories in versus calories out. No diet hack or magic workout will fix that without it. So the question becomes, how do we determine our daily calorie limit? You're going to use what we call a TDEE calculator. You can just Google one for free, but you'll enter your height, weight, age, and your general activity level. It's going to spit out an approximate number of calories that you burn on a daily basis. So as long as you consume fewer calories than that number, you should lose body fat. Now, there's 3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat, meaning a deficit of 500 per day, 7 days a week equals 3,500 and 1 pound of fat lost per week. Double that to 1,000 per day and you'll be at a deficit of 7,000 per week or 2 pounds of fat per week. If you're wondering what's right or sustainable for you, it's somewhere around 1% of your current body weight each week. So if you're 280 pounds, losing 2.8 pounds per week is all right. If you're 160, 1.6 is fine. But I just want to repeat, nothing else matters if you are not staying in a deficit. Nothing at all. But from here, it's all about making being in a deficit easy and convenient so it doesn't feel like a mental burden. Because if it feels like hell, then you're never going to stick to it and you'll just gain the weight back like many of you have done over and over already. So the first way we make this easy for our clients is by building these pre-calculated days of eating. Essentially, we take your maximum daily calorie limit and divide it into however many meals you prefer to eat each day. So if your calorie limit for the day is 1,800 and you like to have 3 meals a day, we'll build out a pre-calculated day of eating using 3 600 calorie meals. Or maybe prefer a smaller breakfast and larger meals later in the day. So meal 1 would be something like 400 calories and 2 and 3 would be 700 each, totaling 1,800 calories for the day. The benefit of these days of eating is so you only have to calculate the calories for these meals one time. Or if you're a client of mine, we'd build it for you. But once you have it, you can just wake up and have a proven bulletproof plan right in front of you with no extra thinking or planning required. You can even take this a step further and truly make it effortless by incorporating strategy number 2, which is fast food hacks. When most people hear fast food, they immediately think of high calorie junk that will make you fat. But truth is, most people just don't know how to fit fast food into their dietary goals. So going back to this day of eating where we have 3 600-calorie meals, all we need to do is find a fast food option that is 600 calories. One example would be Chick-fil-A. You're going to order 12 grilled nuggets and a grilled chicken sandwich, a water, iced tea, or diet soda, and altogether this meal is going to come right around 530 calories and 66 grams of protein. Another example would be a Subway protein bowl. If you get double grilled chicken, red wine vinegar as the dressing, and load it up with a bunch of veggies, you'll be around 500 calories for 70 grams of protein. If you really wanted to, you could use a fast food hack for all of your meals and never have to worry about cooking again. It's a real-world example of the type of structure busy professionals can use to lose fat without spending a ton of their valuable time. Maybe you don't want to order from restaurants or fast food, which brings me to strategy number 3, grocery hacks. I want to repeat that the main reason so many people are overweight is because it's so easy and convenient to eat foods high in calories. If you know what to buy at the grocery store, you can access that same level of convenience, but for fewer calories and more protein. And if you're wondering why more protein is necessary, it's because protein helps you stay full. It satiates you and it regulates your hunger hormones. It'll help you preserve muscle mass so you don't just lose weight, but you lose fat specifically. I won't dig too much into it right now, but you want to try and get 10 grams of protein for every 100 calories you consume. I like to call this the 10-to-1 rule. If you start reading nutrition labels and the item is something like 300 calories and 28 grams of protein, or 140 calories and 16 grams of protein, you've got a gem, and it's likely a great thing for fat loss. Now for some grocery hack examples. First would be lightly breaded frozen chicken strips. One serving is usually around 200 calories and 21 grams of protein. No cooking or prep required. You just dump however much you need into the air fryer, and 10 minutes later, you've got something suitable for your goals. Next example could be a buffalo chicken bowl. All you have to do is buy a pack of shredded rotisserie chicken from the deli, throw in some sugar-free buffalo sauce, and mix it together. Another option that took 0 time to cook, tastes great, and will help you get to your goals. Most grocery stores will also have some kind of frozen, ready-to-go meals that are lower in calorie and higher in protein. Something like this chicken and broccoli Alfredo from Healthy Choice will get you 28 grams of protein for just 190 calories. No cooking needed. For snacks, instead of buying Doritos, which are 150 calories, 2 grams of protein, get Quest or Legendary, where 200 calories gets you 20 grams of protein. And instead of full sugar Yoplait, where 140 calories gets you 2 grams of protein, get Oikos 000, where 90 calories is 15 grams of protein. All of this just goes to show that options are available. You just need to know what to look for. I wanted to accomplish just one thing with this video, and it was to show you that too busy just doesn't make any sense. I've helped over 800 men and women professionals, entrepreneurs, and executives lose belly fat despite their previous beliefs of being too damn busy. If you feel too busy, it's because you're missing the right structure that helps you strike that balance between convenience and results. You're not too busy to be in a calorie deficit, and that's all it takes. You're not too busy to grab food from a drive-thru or throw something in the air fryer for 5 minutes. John is a client of mine who lost 43 pounds going from belly fat to 6-pack with this exact strategy. Lindsay is another client who worked with me, dropping 49 pounds in the process. We built them both a clear system filled with multiple days of eating that made fat loss effortless, allowing them to focus on their careers and family rather than stressing about whether or not they're doing the right things. If you want results like that and you're ready to commit to a proven system that works for even the world's busiest people, check out the link in the description and apply to work with me one-on-one. Thank you for watching.